The no-holds-barred podcast sensation, Savaged Unfiltered, is hitting the stage live with host Michael Gardner on his explosive Stomping Grounds Tour 2026. We're talking unfiltered truth, no scripts, just raw energy. Join Michael, the New York native turned Atlanta firebrand with over 20 years in comedy and radio, for 3 unforgettable nights of bold commentary, unapologetic rants, and fearless takes on politics, culture, and everything in between. Expect guest interviews, live debates, and that signature Savaged style.
You know, when they're
April 13th through 15th, 2026, at 7 p.m. each night at Putty Live's Podcast Theater in Toronto, PA.
Travis Kelce thing.
Just 25 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh at 408 Corbett Street.
The beanie.
Tickets are only $10 for in-person or virtual access.
Underneath this thing.
Grab yours now at putterty.com before they sell out.
Savaged.
5 years after the January 6th Fedsurrection, the truth exposes deep state entrapment.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
In 2026, will Trump dismantle the deep state?
Warning: this show contains strong language, brutal opinions, and zero apologies given. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered, where truth gets raw, opinions stay real, and nothing is off limits. This isn't your average podcast. It's the unfiltered conversation you've been craving. Politics, culture, chaos, we're diving into it all. No scripts, no safe spaces, just savage takes and real talk. You're in the right place. Strap in. It's time to get unfiltered. Savage.
Hey guys, welcome to today's program. I am Savaged, otherwise known as Michael Gardner. Welcome in, guys. Please, guys, if you're joining us on TikTok, if you're joining us on Rumble, X, I mean, what else are we on, Tips? YouTube, all over the place, Facebook. Please, guys, hit that share button, hit the like, leave some comments, guys. Love to see who's tuning us in, wherever you're tuning us in. So welcome to the show, guys. We're going to be talking about, literally the buzz between all headlines. I know a lot of, things are kind of making the headlines with, January 6th. We got the Maduro that just happened in the last 48 hours. We're going into, somewhat of the candidates TPUSA thing. I mean, it's hard to see the narratives literally on social media because, I mean, it's all over the place, right? So we're gonna talk about January 6th today, guys. 5 years later, okay? And I'm sure there's going to be some narratives. There's going to be some spin from people tuning us in. And, Trump orchestrated it. Trump instituted it. Trump did this. I get it, guys. I get it. So, I want to discuss that. And I want to see your views on that, okay? Because we need to digest this, guys, okay? Literally digest it. 5 years, okay? We're 5 years now after the Fedsurrection, okay? And I'm calling it the Fedsurrection, okay? And I'm sorry, maybe it hurts your feelings by saying that, okay? But we had we had that, okay? And I have to watch my words here because I know I'm on TikTok and they don't like certain narratives driven, and I get it, okay? But I see you guys there in X right now, and you're saying, "Come on, Savage, give us the correct verbiage. Stop going into that TikTok, merry-go-round scenario." Guys, I'm sorry. I am cross-streaming on TikTok, so I have to talk like I'm a 5-year-old. Is that okay? Can we do that today? I hope so. Anyway, guys, this show is being brought to you by our good friends at Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee, guys, stay free, stay awake, and choose a conservative brand for your morning coffee. These guys are literally backed by not only conservative values, but they're backed by American tradition, right? You wake up in the morning, what happens? You want to get that morning cup. Where do I go? I open the cabinet. There's folders. There's Maxwell House. Throw that stuff out the window because you know they're always going to bow down to corporate elites, right? With Blackout Coffee, they're not bought and paid for by the elite. They actually are proud of serving the coffee every morning to you, the consumer. They're committed to their quality, and they are well endowed within the industry. These guys down in South Florida have been in the game since 2014. It's been a long time, Tibbs, right? Tibbs is my producer. It's been that long, Savage. It has been that long. Okay? By checking them out today, guys, which we highly encourage you guys to do, okay, over at blackoutcoffee.com. Tell them Savage sent you. Old John over there, which is a veteran, all right, you're going to love this part, is going to get a little chuckle on his face. That bastard is still on the air. Use promo code, guys, Savage15, and we're going to give you 15% off your order. Okay, a little something from us. Okay, now if you go in there and you say, "Hey, Savage, the promo code's not working," well, depending on how you're listening to it, you probably waited too long, so it has to regenerate again. All right, that's the greatness about promo codes. Give it about maybe 15, 20 seconds. Let it regenerate, and the promo code will be back active again. Savage 15, guys, our little gift to you, and you're going to really appreciate it. Some of their amazing, amazing brands. 2A Guns and Gadgets, right? For all my Second Amendment advocates out there. Brutal Awakening, right? I love these brands, by the way. You know, Tibbs is the other day. He showed me the Brutal Awakening. And his girlfriend, by the way, is a liberal, right? Right? She's a liberal. And she's like, "What is this shit?" She gets all triggered and everything. Funny as hell. I mean, that's on another note, guys. But some of these brands and products, very conservative, right? Very, very conservative. So scan the QR code, guys, if you are checking us out on our video format right now on the live stream. And it's gonna go right to that deal. So thank you very much to the guys down there in South Florida at Blackout Coffee for what you're doing. So back to the show, guys. Today I have some personalities from TikTok joining us. Okay, and it's not so often. You know, I do open up not only my panels on TikTok, but I open up some of the conversation from TikTok to my main feed here on Spotify. Okay. And it's very rare that you do find some conservative people on TikTok. Where am I going with that? Because if anybody knows the true background of TikTok, okay, I'm gonna show you a little truth here. 80% of it is all left wing propaganda. It is. It's kind of upsetting to say that, but you can definitely see more left wing coming into that. You do. You see the comparisons. Obviously, if you go to Facebook, I mean, you could see where the truth is and where the spin comes in and where the inaccurate of verbiage comes in. So you could see that. So I want to welcome in some guests here that I have on. Okay, and I'm going to go by their handles because I do respect privacy here on the show. So let's welcome in 1776 Patriot from TikTok. Welcome into the show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, brother. How are you?
How you doing? So I hope that didn't offend you by what I just said about TikTok, because like 80% of it, sir, is all left wing. It is.
I would agree. I see it every day when I host my lives. Believe me.
Yeah, and then as well too, Ole Miss is actually joining us, which is another conservative TikTok personality. Welcome into the show, Ole Miss. How you doing?
Thank you, Savage. Great.
Great. Glad to be an American.
It's a great day to be an American, right? I mean, if you're not proud to say that, what the hell are you still doing here in America, right? I mean, that's my question. So, so guys, we're gonna go into a deep dive here of January 6th. You know, we're celebrating the I guess you could say it's the anniversary, right? I mean, I don't know how you can properly say it. 5 years later, fifth anniversary of J6. So we're just going to go with that. I want to go to 1776. What's your thoughts on this, buddy? With this, I know it's hard to digest because, we're still kind of, we still have the Maduro thing on the radar, and then we have Russia and Ukraine. So it's kind of hard to, I guess, give a full blown, analogy on it. But we'll start with you, bud.
Man, where to start? That day was is crazy. And I mean, let's be honest. We've all seen all the videos and we've heard the rhetoric, spun from the left, even some on the right. I mean, at the end of the day, the way it went down, it shouldn't have happened. And we all know there's all kind of propaganda that it was an inside job, yada, 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 this and that. At the end of the day, though, it's the way they did it, I don't agree with, but I understand why. I mean, like, we got to start holding the political realm and the government accountable for some of the stuff they do, because at the end of the day, we the people have a right to that place and we have a voice to say so. And just the way it went down was absolutely crazy. They spun it around, they blamed Trump when we know, yes, he was giving a speech that day, but if you got to break it down by the miles on how we look at this, his crowd was way off in the other direction from where this crowd appeared. So I mean, we're going to end up going down a dark hole because there's a lot of conspiracies, a lot of untruths compared to where there are truths what really happened.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get spin. I mean, it's expected, right? You're gonna get edited videos of, we've seen that come out of BBC that put that out on Trump with taking literally context out of his own vocabulary, and then going through special software. I mean, guys, you could fact check me all you want, okay? You could put all the misinformation labels all you want, but it's out there. It is out there, and it's so sad, ladies and gentlemen. All right, on other platforms like X and including Rumble, it's sad that I have to say that. Right? It is sad. Well, why would they, get you for misinformation? Because they don't want it out there. They don't want that to be aired because it's truth that they fear. Okay? Whether you want to accept it or not, that's on you. That's literally on you. Okay? Everyone knows what the president had said 5 years ago. They know what he said. Okay? So to distort his words, okay, for your own sick gain is literally pathetic. It is. It's, I mean, you go to question the credibility in America with media today. Right? I mean, am I right or wrong, Ole Miss? I mean, the credibility right now between two different types of media collaborates, whether it's mainstream or independent media, such as, this is where I come in, this is where you guys come in, whether you're a podcast host or an influencer, you do see credibility differences when it comes to quotations, people doing their actual homework and looking it up for themselves rather than regurgitating script from mainstream. Well, if Fox News or Newsmax or CNN, right? You see what I did there, conservatives, right?
Can I speak on this, Savage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Back in the day, hey everybody, go Rebels. Back when I was a reporter, I would get in trouble for not reporting on the truth. So, shame on the media these days. It's all about, ratings. It's all about, just I don't even know where to start. Like, but I wouldn't. I mean, even I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Even Fox, they're not reporting on what's going on in Iran right now. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. But Savage, to be honest, I didn't know that you were going to talk about January 6th. One of my best friends was there. She had a little pink Trump hat on, and she FaceTimed me, and she said, all of a sudden when she was talking to me, she's like, we're here, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my God, Robin, my name's, I don't care. But there's a bus pulling up and these people are getting off and they're changing into Trump shirts and Trump sweatshirts and t-shirts. And I feel like something's going to happen. And so we're going to get out of here. And they left. And then look what happened. That's all I'm going to say about that. But, actions speak louder than the words.
And I'd like to touch a little more on that, Savage, to go off of Ole Miss down there with what she said. I mean, she's not wrong. One of the biggest factors here that we got to look at is, like you said, we have Fox, CBN, CBS, MSNBC News, everything else. When they did these reports, they completely spun out what Trump was trying to get out there. And if we pay attention, people, all you got to do is get out there. The actual video footage is out there now, like that actual proof. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you're an American and you sit there and you watch it and you see truly what's happening and you still question it and you still think it was some super mega cult conservative Republican movement of radicals that went in there and did that, then I suggest you kind of go back and do a little bit of research on American history, because what we've seen right there, people like to say, was an insurrection. It was not. We've seen a bunch of people get radical, bust in unpatriotically to the Capitol building, and destroy property. I mean, at the end of the day, that's not American value, that's not conservative mentality, and that's not patriotic at all.
And it's funny, too, because I actually have a clip here with Nancy Pelosi, literally in her limousine, right? Basically, literally, openly admitting responsibility to all of this. Okay, and I'm going to play that here, okay, right now, guys. You got to check this video out, guys, because this is going to be a little disturbing, okay, and it may hurt some people. What I mean by hurt people, it may bring up a lens to the other side, saying, "Well, that's AI generated." Folks, say it as you want, but I'm going to play it anyway, because this is what really happened. And I'm sorry if it offends you guys, but this is, hey, we're about truth. We're not about feelings, guys. Check out this video here with Nancy Pelosi literally openly admitting responsibility to this.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? The National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they had. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
Okay, folks. So that clip that I took off of. So thank you very much to MAGA Voice over there on X for basically putting that out, which I know it's getting a huge amount of views right now on X. So I appreciate that. 42-second clip of Nancy Pelosi questioning why the National Guard wasn't there to begin with, and where she should have literally orchestrated the entire thing as then Speaker of the House, which she had some type of pull, if I have it correct. Literally. Why didn't you do anything, Nancy? Why did you allow it to happen? That's my question. Yeah, guys, chime in if you want there on TikTok. It's like, why didn't she do anything about it? That's my question.
I'll let you go first, Ole, and then I'll continue off for you.
Oh, you call me old.
Oh, okay. You know what?
It's okay. It's okay.
There you go.
No, to me, it goes back to all by design. I mean, I'm seeing the video of when that the security in there was just letting everybody just calmly walk in. I mean, really, I mean, all you have to do is go down that rabbit hole and look at all of it. I don't understand what people don't get. That's all.
Yeah. And I mean, people will question, well, Savage, we're 5 years later, and why is there new videos coming out? Why is it now 5 years later we didn't see these videos 5 years ago? Are we going to play the why or the what ifs or the what isms, right? I mean, literally, I'm just making assumptions here. I'm not making any type of excuses. Why some of the videos come out a year later or maybe 6 months later, again, assumptions. I don't know why. Maybe there's whistleblowers involved. Maybe people that shot these videos from their personal from their personal cell phones or any type of device, maybe that they feared for their life because of the stipulation. I have no idea, but they're out there. Are they doing it to be spiteful? No, they're concerned individuals that eyewitness things firsthand, and they put it out there. I mean, the videos are out there, guys, including this video, okay, of an individual that was deployed over there, literally deployed over there, to cause mass disruptions, guys. Check this out.
Do not go in there.
A radio journalist from Michigan was shooting video that day at the Capitol. What he captured were two most charitably called suspicious actors, but they are dressed in such a way that led him to believe that they were government agents. And one of them, after the windows had been broken by a protester, it was encouraging people to pull the rest of the glass out and go inside. Bobby Powell, who was the journalist that had shot it, and he has his camera rolling, he told him that would be illegal. And that wouldn't be a good idea. He warned people off not to go into that window. And then he turned his camera around and he caught this agent or suspicious actor pulling a large pane of glass out, this tempered glass. It kind of folds into itself, crunch onto the ground. When he realized he was being filmed, he quickly dropped it. It seems apparent on the video that he did not want to be seen doing what he just did. So he pulled in a protester and started blaming him. He said, "What are you doing breaking that window?" The poor fellow that was being accused didn't know what was going on. And then he gave him a couple of really good shoves and cocked his arm like he was going to punch him. We don't know. His facial image is not on any of the Sedition Hunters sites or the FBI's most wanted site, but he clearly was committing criminal damage to property, and he has not been charged. So it raises a question of why.
Also, the individual trying to, again, opening the window up is even encouraging people to enter, I believe, as well?
Yes.
What's he saying?
Well, he said, "Why don't y'all open the rest of it up?"
Yeah, wasn't charged. They're not talking about the individual that soldier pulled the protester in. Not that person. That person was pulled in from him to make it look like he was damaging the window, okay? Because he noticed that, oh shit, my image and video imagery is caught on camera. So now I have to look like, maybe I tripped or something, or this and that, So you see him literally on the video pulling the protester. Was breaking it look tester with guys, it's out there. It's literally out there. This is exactly what happened on January 6th. I mean, you see my template all over the video right now on X, right? This is what happened, folks. But yet alone, the left will not take responsibility for that. They'll look at it as the MAGA people, the conservatives.
And you see, Savage, to touch on that, that goes back to what I said earlier. I mean, we all know there's all kinds of videos out there, and that is what makes AI so scary, because you can take those videos and snip it and obviously twist it, break it down, dissect it, shorten it, and reverb it and revamp how you want to. At the end of the day, that's why I say January 6th is such a huge, complex scenario situation here, because, I mean, you gotta basically weigh out the altered video to the uncommon sense, to the common sense, to the accountability. And on that day, what we seen, like I said, was no conservative MAGA Republican movement, however you want to look about it. What we seen were a bunch of individuals that band together and spun a rhetoric so bad of doing so that it ended up causing a divisive split between the left and the right down the center to now we got radical rights and radical lefts going at each other constantly. So, I mean, you got to look past the feelings, like you said. You got to take feelings out and the emotions, and you got to look at the raw evidence and actually dive into it to see what really happened.
You do. But here's a question here, kind of, kind of go off the rails a little bit, but it's going to be relevant. Could we see here, which a lot of people are pressing this right now, in 2026, obviously because of what happened with Maduro, and I'm gonna stay on topic, guys. I promise I will. But this is very relevant to some of the accountability under the Trump administration towards what happened with Maduro. Could we see literally the year in reckoning? You like how I did those words, right, guys? Literally Trump pledging prosecutions for the deep state regarding of some of what happened during January 6th. Could we see the Trump administration pulling in more people, okay, and holding them accountable? Could we see that?
I mean,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, okay, real quick. All I'm gonna say, then she's gonna take the wonderful floor up here. Thank you, host, by the way. Savage, you're awesome.
Yeah.
In all honesty, if you want to think about it, to really hold ground of the Republican Party and Trump and his candidates in presidency, this is an absolute must. I feel that we should do, because on the grand stage of things, that would really make a point of cross on why the man sits up there daily, takes heretical, but still shows at the end of the day he's all about the people in America first, in all realism.
Yeah.
I didn't tell y'all the end of my story. My friend Tabitha that had video of the buses that I told y'all about. She I have to use TikTok language, unfortunately. She unalived in a very weird way that apparently was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, quote, hit her head on the dresser, and yeah. So I have a invested interest in this. I'm not. It could have been an accident. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think, unfortunately, Pelosi's going to ride into the sunset on this, and listen, this president has so much to clean up. Can you imagine the 4 years of waste and fraud and, horrible recruiting numbers in the military and blah, blah, blah. Thank God already in January of 2026, we are back. But he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, and to kind of answer some of the questions coming in on TikTok, because I see some of the questions coming in with MAGA being a disease and a cult. Again, guys, why do we have to respond to this? Because I mean, sometimes you really have to sometimes either bite the bullet more or less, or educate some of these people, right? Because I made a valuable point a couple nights ago on a conservative panel on TikTok, folks, where if we had the power as the people, which to an extent we do. I mean, literally, if we had gotten enough petitions in, we could make it happen literally overnight. I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but to an extent we do. We could remove about 80% of the influence on mainstream. Literally 80%. 80%. If you took 80%, and why am I using 80%? You're going to understand why. We'll leave 20% of the media in there to deliver news that they should be delivering on an unbiased note, right? Like it used to be, right? I remember as a kid, I'd wake up in the morning, you would see the local weather, maybe a little side world weather for that matter, local news, world news, and then it would go to the next segment, and that would be it. You wouldn't go on to news outlets now and see literally shows that are designed like, I'm sorry to say, kind of like podcasting now, where they give you open opinion about everything. I mean, I'm going to be blunt about this. I have respect for people doing this on outlets like the Five and Gutfelt and stuff like that. Hat tip to them. I mean, they're tremendous. But again, it was never like that. Even The View, for that matter. We didn't have shows like this back in the day. I mean, you had some, but not as heavily as they are now. If you eliminated 80% of all of that, I'll challenge you with this question. Would we have the amount of toxic verbiage in this nation on any side of the aisle?
No, and as a former member of the media, this has gotten beyond out of hand. I can't.
Absolutely agree.
First of all, the View should not even be allowed to even be on, TV anymore. That is almost what they say on there, especially Whoopi. It's almost treasonous what they say, and you have an audience we don't know, paid, maybe not, but that applaud everything they say. And like, if you take their average American, and no disrespect to anybody, but not everybody, is that smart, and they watch that and they literally believe what they're saying. So I 100% Savage agree with you. Like, it's a shame. Like right now, like I said, I would not want to be a part of the media right now. I would get in trouble for reporting the truth. That's all.
I get in trouble all the time. And what I mean by in trouble is people will question me all the time and call me a hypocrite. I mean, you see some of the comments coming in, pathetic comments. And here's my question to those in the comments and any platform I'm airing on. What are you doing right now to contribute to society? I'm not just talking about a standard 9-to-5 job. Okay. What are you doing besides going in panels or X Spaces or Discord chats? What are you doing? Are you taking your message abroad like I am? Whether you agree with me or not, I am part of a slight margin of media today. I am. Whether you want to agree with that or not, okay? I am in the same caliber within a small, Tibbs, correct me on this, 15, 20%? I think it's around that. 15, 20%. Why is it so low? Because sadly, mainstream will always overrise independent journalists. It's been like that for years. But again, my question, and land my plane. What are you doing besides going on your keyboard and creating propaganda? Well, Savage, you're creating propaganda too. Aren't you on a podcast? Am I? Question mark. I'm showing you receipts. Am I? You may hear it on TikTok through audio feeds, but if you're looking on video right now on my panels, I am showing you receipts. Am I not? That's credible media, is it not? Whether you agree with it or not.
That is credible media.
I mean, it's credible media. We have some comments coming in here. I want to answer them. Producer Tibbs, if you could plug them in, I appreciate that. We got Julia from YouTube basically saying, pardon J6 updates. Emily Hernandez, Shane Woods got 10, 15 years in prison for lethal DUIs. Andrew Johnson charged with sexual abuse of a 11-year-old, and John Bananas kidnapped sexual assault. Okay. We'll also go to another one here. This one coming in actually from Julia as well too. When the only president who was found guilty of felonies and found liable for sexual abuse was inaugurated in the same building his supporters broke into rioted. It was my family's proudest moment. Oh, okay. So again, you're going off of literally, you're regurgitating. If I have this correct, okay, you're talking about President Trump, Julia, right? So you're basically regurgitating the very same script that every outlet was prepared by their producers, by the executive staff there at the network. You're literally regurgitating the entire headline, literally. So you're basically going off of personal feelings towards the Trump administration, which is also known as TDS. You're not. I mean, you're taking something from an edited video of theirs, and then you're basically just spinning it. I know exactly what you're doing, literally. I mean, I'm sorry to call you out, but it's absolutely true. So, panel and TikTok, do you have any views or thoughts on that?
I mean, yet again, that just goes back, to exactly what I was talking about. The spread of misinformation and radical twist to fit one's own self-agenda of an ideology that I feel a lot of people base themselves more off of their feelings than they do look at the facts anymore. And it seems like we have a real problem in here in America, especially on the left, with something I like to call sustained accountability. It seems like they don't like to participate in what's called accountability, which I think that's what makes you more of a person and American, is when you can admit that you were wrong.
Yeah, I agree. We lack that something fierce today in America, where people will not admit their wrongs. And no, leftist America, I'm not just talking about the left. I will also talk about the right. There are some far right individuals that will not admit to their own wrongs. Okay, so I am playing center balance with you guys. We had people, okay, that are in the MAGA base, formerly in the MAGA base. All right, go into Marjorie Taylor Greene for a small example, not admitting to her wrongs. So I'll give credit there, right? I'm not just I'm not a conservative MAGA cultist. Okay, I'm actually not a Republican whatsoever. I actually label myself, if you guys really want to understand my background in politics, I actually label myself as and you're gonna love this. Maybe the left won't love this. I'm actually a capitalist individual. I believe in capitalism. I believe that is the core foundation of this nation and the success behind it. Okay? So if you want to put a political label on that, I'm a capitalist. I'm not a conservative. Well, I mean, to an extent I am. I do believe in conservative values wholeheartedly. Is conservatism and capitalism the success in our future, towards our future? Absolutely. Absolutely. This whole socialism crap that they're pushing now in America is only going to basically bankrupt us as a nation. It's going to take from a class of working Americans like myself and like others probably in the panel here and others that are tuning in to give to another. That's what socialism is. That's what you're seeing up in New York. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
From a TikTok perspective, and I went on TikTok to embarrass my children in their 20s originally, and then it just became something else. But anyway, when I'm on a lot of panels, whether I'm moderating or not, and somebody from the left comes up, blah, 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 all I do is I say, can you tell me I love America? And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, there's a but behind it. And that tells me everything. Right, Savage?
Yeah, it does. And for those that are tuning me on X, okay, which I appreciate that, I'm going to bring in an opposition, okay? So he's been actually requesting to come up on my TikTok panel, okay? So I'm going to bring in an opposition, okay? And he's going to go into that childish behavior with, supremacy issues with, I have the bigger stick in this conversation, Savage. That's how they act, okay? Guys, listen. Do you want me to be frank about it? to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I can care less about followers. Okay. Maybe that sounds like selfish, or maybe that sounds mean or rude or cruel. But at the end of the day, it's not about followers. I'm not on the airwaves of podcasting for followers. I'm not on here to be like the next Joe Rogan. I'm on here to deliver message, truth, credibility behind my words. That's why I'm on here. And I hope the others that I just labeled, like Joe Rogan, my friend down in Florida, Dan Bongino, which is happening to go on the airwaves, I think, in the next week, right, Tibbs? About a week. We're on here to give you the facts, not some kind of sugar-coated bullshit that some producer just made for you for like the last few hours to make you sound good. I'm not on there to do that, guys. I'm not on there to do that.
And Savage, just to let you know, when you bring him up, you're talking about RJ. He's been in my panels. Some of us on TikTok know him. He can be good at what he does, but at the end of the day, I suggest make sure you have some strong mods watch your chat, because your numbers are gonna jump, and you're gonna see a lot of WRJ, this, that, support coins, everything come flying out of nowhere. Just to give you a little update.
Yeah. Well, you hear that, Tibbs? We'll do what we got to do. Tibbs is right on it. Thank producer Tibbs. Right on that, buddy. Go ahead. But RJ, I'll bring you into the show here. But buddy, again, I understand theatrics. I understand persona. I understand character. Right. Obviously, it says in the comments that you run your own show. I get it. I get all that. But again, if we can't have a conversation without yelling and screaming and pulling the big sword on one another, then I'm going to have to remove you. So I'm going to bring you in here. RJ, welcome into the Savage Unfiltered show. What's going on?
Yeah. Savage, just be careful. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Hi. Can we agree before the conversation starts to not monologue the entire time? Because holy moly, host, that's a lot.
RJ, what do you have to bring into this conversation, sir? I brought you up. I'm nice enough to have you a part of the show. So what do you have to say, sir?
This is the 1-year anniversary. I'm sorry, 1-year anniversary. God, 6-year anniversary, 5-year anniversary of January 6th, guys. January 6th, the day that Donald Trump, the current sitting president of the United States, committed actual crimes. And I'm not even talking about lying about the results of the election, telling very specific lies, but I'm talking about the fake elector scheme. You guys remember that? Remember when him and his lawyers had 7 states submit fraudulent documents, fake certificates of ascertainment that 3 of his lawyers actually pled guilty to? You know, Kenneth Chesbrough, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani. These people pled guilty to it. Jenna Ellis. How do you feel about that, guys? Said he committed crimes to try to overthrow the election and name him winner. You feel good about that?
I warned you and told you, Savage.
He's good, but he's sloppy. I can see where he's going with that.
Okay, just respond to me, though.
I am responding to you. You're good, but you're sloppy. You're bringing in sloppy material to make yourself relevant, sir.
Got it. Sloppy material, just respond to the substance of it.
RJ, talking fast doesn't mean you're intelligent.
Got
You
it.
gotta stop this.
Just
man.
engage with what I said, though. No insults, just engage with the words that I said.
Okay, RJ.
Okay, you guys are quiet on that. Perfect. We'll just keep going past it then. On top of that, people
Bye-bye.
were assaulted that day. Several police officers were assaulted.
Bye-bye.
That's my point. I already told you.
I was being fair to him. I really was. But again, did I not say that, I get the persona, I get the character? Guys, was I right or wrong? Folks that are tuning me in on X and any other platform, was I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? That's what they do. They like to pull the sword out to see who has the bigger sword in the fight.
And this is why.
This guy gets kicked off so many lives on TikTok. He should get a trophy.
At the end of the day, that's why I throw him off of mine, because I say it like this. You're not worth debating if you feel talking louder, talking faster, spouting it out there is going to get you anywhere. It really don't. It's disingenuous.
Yeah. And RJ, you should be proud right now that I literally gave you a voice on a national syndicated podcast show. Literally. Check me out, RJ. I don't know where you're at, buddy, but let me pull my sword out in front of you, okay? Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, Podbean, Amazon Music, Audible. Should I go on? Are you on any of those platforms, sir? Okay. as well as a Newsbreak contributor. I'm pretty heavily on the radar map when it comes to as a media personality. So again, if you're only doing this on a TikTok thing and you're only doing it for panels and for following to appease your crazy base, all power to you. But I just don't do this on TikTok. Matter of fact, I don't do a lot of lives on TikTok. This is very, very surprising that I'm actually coming on a TikTok panel. People are like, what, Savage is on a TikTok? No. I never go on TikTok panels. If I do, I go to other rooms to kind of like chime in on my opinions and how I see politics. But my main presence on any type of lives would be mainly like X Spaces, right? So I got to say thank you to my friends over there at MAGA Mission over there. Marlon doing tremendous. Marlon, I see you over there. Appreciate the hell out of you. So let's get back to the business here. I want to play this clip here kind of before we close it out with President Trump, right, putting this out, that the election was the insurrection. January 6th was the protest. Does anybody remember that clip? I don't know if you guys remember that clip. Okay.
Not only do I remember that clip, I was actually there. I was listening in on it, so I more than just clip.
Yeah. Check this out, guys.
If you see that the election was fraudulent, if you see that there are more votes than there are voters, they got away with something that is, in my opinion, the crime of the century. And instead of going after Antifa and BLM and all these people that killed a lot of people and burned down our cities and what they did, the destruction, they're going after people that were protesting the election. The election was the insurrection. The November 3rd date was the insurrection. The January 6th date was not the insurrection. That was the protest. So it's a very disgraceful thing that's happening. And don't kid yourself. The public gets it. They understand.
They do get it. They do get it. And no, guys, I didn't get rid of the clip, at the last second. That was basically it. It goes into fade there with the graphic and the video there, which I want to say thank you to Donald Trumpo, which is a very, very large X account on X. So I appreciate you for putting that out there. Always, that's what you're seeing, guys. Going back to credibility of media, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing credibility of media, facts, no spin, no filters, none of that stuff. I love X. I love what Elon is doing. I'm not trying to kiss his ass or anything, but literally. And I'm glad that Elon is kind of coming back into the shed of light, understanding, where this country's going, the big boys in the argument, right? Actually doing their job than the children that are on TikTok panels sometimes just creating spin and narratives and everything else. I really enjoy that. Do you guys enjoy that?
You're not wrong. Half the time when they come up, you were in my live. You heard me. I'll come up. I'll let them speak. I'll let them crash out. I'll let them say the things. And then we get down to the discussion at hand, and they seem to be gassed out and have nothing more to say.
Yeah. I want to bring in that guy to the panel. Welcome into the show there, that guy. How you doing, bud? I guess he's connecting here, so we'll go to either you, 1776, or Old Miss. You guys can kind of weigh in a little bit.
That guy's a good dude. He's a friend of mine, actually. You'll like him.
Yeah, I know that guy. I know that guy very well.
Yeah.
There he is. Welcome into the show, that guy. A little late than ever, but hey, I seen the connected bars, buddy, and I'm like, what's going on with this guy?
Hey, I was going to tell you a little something about your buddy RJ there.
Here we
the
go.
Dude's, all right, so apparently he's got a bunch of viewers that he has bought, right? He's in one of the agencies. He's got paid viewership.
Gotcha.
But his actual viewership is dwindling, right? He's having a problem actually pulling in like true, real people as followers. This guy has resorted to going into people's DMs to try to invite them onto his show. He's done it to me. I can put the screenshots up.
Oh, I'm sure. And the truth may set you free, that guy. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's a piece of work, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't everything but spout off half-truths and, misinformation. He is not a good dude to associate with in any fucking form.
But here's, if I may, the good news about TikTok. The minute we bring up receipts, many times, I'm a researcher, right? Many times I've turned my camera on with my laptop, and the minute you bring a credible source, Google's not a source, AI obviously is not a source, but a credible source, then they go right to personal attacks. This guy should be banned from TikTok. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you want to put me on a big box, there's that screenshot right there of him trying to get me to go onto his show. This is what he has resorted to.
Yeah, and if you may, do you want to read that for some of my listeners tuning in on the other platforms?
Yeah. So we were on a live together, and he tried to come up. We wouldn't let him up because we all knew what kind of person he was, right? So he shoots me a DM, says, "Hey, come to my live tomorrow." And I just write him back politely. It's like, well, I appreciate the offer. I'm going to respectfully decline. You need to find somebody that's more towards your level and, not go fishing the way you are because you ain't worth my time. Because, Savage, you know me. You've known me for a while, dude. I work basically on facts and facts alone. I don't let my feelings get involved. And if I don't know something, I'll be the first one to say, hold on a second. Let me go pull some research and I'll get back with you. Because I don't want to argue on half-truths or falsehoods. I want to talk facts and facts alone. And this dude, he's not of that level. He wants to get people into their feelings, try to get them all ramped up and excited and talking trash. That way he has reason to, go off on his tangents and kick them off of his panels.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's upsetting. It really is. And
the thing I want to say, Savage, is, you were in my panel, and that guy, how are you, brother? Good talking to you again. Good seeing you.
Fantastic, brother. I've been doing great.
Good. And, I wanted to touch base on, from this down there as well.
Yeah.
Savage, we sit up here and we talk about, when we host lives and SOCOMs, et cetera, and we get it out there. I'm pretty sure that guy in Savage can say this. Savage actually got to witness the other night. Say, like, Savage lives, my lives, for example. So Savage and that guy, when you guys were in there, did you ever once question or think anybody was doing misinformation? Now, did it seem like everyone actually had receipts consistently with facts when we were talking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's
I agree what you're saying.
That's the only basis I argue off of is facts and facts alone. And even if the facts are not in my favor, I will concede that in a heartbeat.
Right.
And be like, yeah, that was a mistake on whoever's behalf, blah, 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 shouldn't have happened, whatever the case may be. But I keep my arguments based on facts, not feelings.
And I got to give the credit to Savage real quick.
How are you?
Sorry.
That's okay. I was just saying hello to him.
All I'm going to say to Savage is, Savage, you had the utmost respect, by the way, when you left. You were highly talked about in a good way, brother. So I thought I'd just about you. You were my panel on the live, and you actually made an impact, just to let you know.
I appreciate that. That just goes to show you, yes, I believe wholeheartedly on personas and characters because it gives you a lift as a person, right? As a media personality, or whether you're doing this stuff on TikTok. I believe in that. Hey, it's entertainment. We need a little entertainment, right? President Trump is the same way. He believes in personas and characters. But if you can take that off to the side for just a little bit, right? Put it on the side and use professionalism, which I'm capable of doing. That shows your true character, does it not?
Yep. It does, and you're not wrong. You showed the utmost professionalism when you were honestly, on my live when you were talking and we were all talking, it literally sounded like we were hosting an old podcast that night.
Yeah.
But 17, can I just piggyback on what you just said real quick?
Oh, go ahead, love.
If it's okay with the host?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The scary thing, not scary, I'm not scared of anything. I love my country. I would unalive for my country, right? You have to say that here. But these kind of people, like that guy, they're the ones standing behind you at the grocery store. Like, they walk amongst us. And that's where I just like, oh my gosh, because I really woke up to this a couple of years ago. Like, I don't even know what to say. Oh, hey, Estrella. But like the unhinged people like this that think that way. And that's, I don't know. I mean, what can you do with that? I don't know, Savage.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do with that? I want to play a clip here before we depart, guys. My audience loves these clips. This is actually coming from Mark K. Does anybody know who Mark K is? He's a big talk radio host out there in Florida, Jacksonville, if I have correct. And this is what he has to say about Chuck Schumer. This is actually going back to 2020. Please, producer Tibbs, I mean, make sure I'm getting this stuff right. I don't want to sound like a jackass on the air, but this is actually coming from Mark K. In his response to Chuck Schumer. Check this out.
Did this guy not know that he was being recorded? Listen to what he said about President Donald Trump and Nicolas Maduro in 2020.
He brags about all these things he wants to do or is doing, but his actions belie his words. And the president brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break. He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began.
Fast forward 6 years to right now, the Maduro regime is done thanks to President Donald Trump. And here's what this guy said today.
We have the War Powers Act. That's a privilege resolution, which means the Republicans can't block it. Tim Kaine and I and Rand Paul are sponsors of it. It's going to come to the floor this week. And if it is voted for, if it's voted positively in both houses, then the president can't do another thing in Venezuela without the okay of Congress. We have to pass.
How do these Democrats do it? It must be exhausting keeping up with your own hypocrisy.
I mean, Mark K is not wrong. I mean, literally, what's that in reference to what we're talking about, Savage, of 9/11? I mean, not 9/11, January 6th. I had my events backwards. 9/11, January 6th, however you want to kind of, throw it together. They flip-flop.
It's not the first time Schumer's done this, though. I mean, let's look at last year. Prime example, March of last year. Schumer's on national television in front of the House saying, the Republican Party and President Trump needs to show him a clean CR for, government funding for the budget, and he'll sign it. Fast forward that to, November? And the clean CR was put forth, and they shut the government down because that wasn't good enough anymore. They wanted more.
Yeah.
They don't care about their own hypocrisy. They don't care if they look like hypocrites.
I give you all the facts on that one because I'll be honest, as an American who kind of, unfortunately, as Savage has been in my life and knows a little bit, I'm not going to get into the bleeding heart, but, I told you guys kind of about my son's position with autism, as you remember, Savage. And,
yeah, I remember that conversation we had, yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. I'll be the first to admit, as one of the Americans who unfortunately kind of had to rely on that just a little bit, being held hostage for one sucked absolutely. I mean, that felt completely horrible. And before we end this, the second part is I know this is a little off topic, but the fraudulent in the cases we have going on in Minnesota, we are all very aware of this. Actually ended up putting another damper on the research for autism and assistance programs that go out there for ones like my son who are no longer getting it because now the government has to go in and, deep dive into where all these expenses went. So there's also a freeze put on that as well. So at the end of the day, I don't hate the left. I strongly despise a lot of them just because of their childish ways that Americans had to suffer for 43 days, felt like they were held hostage, and parents in my condition, we have to suffer and watch our children suffer because they couldn't get out of their own one self-sided ideology agenda of villains.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Hold that thought, guys. Panel here and TikTok and others joining us. Guys, you're actually hearing the voices of conservative TikTok personalities. Highly encourage you guys to check out some of their content and some of their views and insights on a political scale and lens and everything. And if you guys are joining me on TikTok, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Guys, I have to go there right before the show ends. I do want to say thank you to some great people that make this show possible. Without you guys, I don't know where to go. Right? I want to say thank you to our friends over at Bucked Up. At Bucked Up, guys, they believe in fueling the hunt. That's right. They've been around for a hot minute, and they have the most nutritious naturalized. Some of it's natural, not, it's an energy drink, guys. Most of it's energy drinks. Of course, there's going to be a little slight sugar in there to kind of boost it up. But it's not your typical Monster or Red Bull or any of that stuff, guys. This stuff is very natural. I've actually had it. And to be honest with you, you guys are going to get a little chuckle. They have female products, female energy products, okay, and some supplements. Now, I didn't use the supplements because I'm not that person, right?
What?
I didn't use it. I didn't use the supplements. I'm sorry. I'm not transitioning, guys. It's a little joke. But I did use the Babe product energy drinks, which is delicious, by the way. Delicious. I mean, I was like the other day, I had a friend over, and he's looking on the top of the counter, and he says, Michael, right? That's my real name, by the way. Oh my God, Savage just thought. No, guys, it's all over the internet. It's even in podcast descriptions with my name. He's like, Michael, he's like, why are you drinking female energy products? I'm like, I'm experimenting, baby. I want to see how it tastes. And obviously they sponsor the show and partner with us. So I want to go into firsthand on how it is. I want to see if there's a difference between the female products versus the regular products. And there's a huge, huge difference, right? It's a little lower in the sugar count, and it's not as sweet as their regular products. But I can tell you right now, did it fuel my hunt this morning and that day? Absolutely, because I actually had some this morning too. Yeah. If you guys can see, I'm kind of fired up because I'm mixing both energy drinks as well as coffee products too. So
that makes sense, and since we're on here and since, we've actually given out the names, in all honesty, for the ones who have gotten to know me.
Yeah.
Now, Savage, I know your name, you will know mine, and people can, I don't care. It's Philip. That's my name.
I like it, Philip. It's very Americanized too. Philip. Yeah.
Robin.
Go Philip. Yeah.
Right? Go fill up that gas.
I'm sticking to that guy. I feel safe there. It's
that
my
guy.
comfy spot.
Right.
Yeah, that guy. So to kind of close it out with our sponsor, guys, real quick. Guys, if you jump over to Bucked Up, right? Buckedup.com, right? You want to go on the website or you want to Google it, right? However you want to do it. Or if you're checking us out on video, just scan this QR code, guys, on the screen, okay? And use code SAVAGED1, and we're going to give you exclusive deals, okay? And also, too, guys, there is a deal, too, right? So if you go on there, you will actually see the deal where we're actually going to give you 3 choices of any of their little shaker packs, right? So you get that as well as a free shaker as well to shake all that stuff. Savage, you're turning into an infomercial. I mean, that's what I'm doing, baby. I'm advertising this company because it's great. And Kaylee, that muscle-bound, attractive woman on here, right? You see it on the video, guys. She's attractive as all hell. I mean, I know you guys see her all over the place. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah, she's good. So thank you very much, Bucked Up. Appreciate you guys. Back to the show. So, guys, we got a couple of minutes here. Anything you want to kind of weigh in a little bit that I didn't touch that should be addressed?
I'm just waiting for the next left-wing talking point. I mean, it always, I always try to predict it, and it's pretty predictable, right?
Yeah, it is pretty predictable.
All I got to say to this is, God bless America for one, and for
Amen.
for two, let's talk about the absolute, in my opinion, glorious win that we as America managed to pull off in under just a 3-hour period to go in the middle of the night in the dark and apprehend a man known as Mr. Maduro, who has been wanted for many a years that no other political adversary has been able to capture, and be able to bring him back to stand trial with no casualties, with the pin precision of Trump in the military and the law enforcement of the Coast Guard, as well as the liberation that we gave the Venezuelan people. I mean, the amount of happiness and smiles that we see coming from them, at the end of the day, that should make us feel real good and understand that we as America appreciate all, and we're getting back to the top to show people why we're the number one power in history.
Yeah, and if this doesn't piss off the leftists, I don't know. I'm going to have a little fun here, guys. This is what makes America great. I mean, literally under President Trump's own words. God, I love hearing stuff like this, guys. Check this out.
$18 trillion, car plants being built. I was in Japan. Somebody admonished me, he shouldn't be traveling. I don't like to travel. But when I travel, I make a lot of money for the country, not for me. For me, I don't care. I have a much higher purpose. I have plenty of money. I don't need money. I don't want money. I want to make money for the country.
Is that American or what?
Amen. I love it.
I don't know what is not American by him saying that last part. I want to make money for the country. Not for me, but for the country.
Tell me what president we know in history that has had the balls to get up on grand stage and say something like that. I'll wait.
Dude, mark my words, in 20 years from now, they're going to be talking about him as the best president this country's ever
I
seen.
think less than 20 years.
Well, it's going to. I'm saying 20 years. It's going to take the Democrats a while to get out of their feelings on this deal.
Facts.
Yeah, it is.
But Savage, buddy, I got to get down and make some phone calls.
Yeah, I got to close out, guys. Thanks very much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Y'all have a great day.
Appreciate you, Savage, for having me. And Miss down there below me, I actually gave you a follow to follow me back.
Thank you. Okay, I'll look for that.
Appreciate it, guys. So, guys, yeah, to kind of close it up here, we basically had a great conversation, Tibbs, with these conservatives on TikTok. They exist. They're around. They're great. This is wonderful. Let's do the wave, right? Let's do a MAGA wave. MAGA is alive and well on TikTok, and this is great stuff, guys. Really great stuff, guys. I'm going to land here with this message. I want you to check out this very, very powerful advertisement that my team created here for an upcoming show. I'm going to be in the Pittsburgh area, guys. Are you ready? I'm gonna pull one from Triple H, right, from WWE, sir. I hope I have your blessing. Are you ready? All right, are you ready, guys? Check this out, guys.
Pittsburgh, get ready to get savaged. The No Holds Barred podcast sensation, Savaged Unfiltered, is hitting the stage live with host Michael Gardner on his explosive Stomping Grounds Tour 2026. We're talking unfiltered truth, no scripts, just raw energy. Join Michael, the New York native turned Atlanta firebrand with over 20 years in comedy and radio, for 3 unforgettable nights of bold commentary, unapologetic rants, and fearless takes on politics, culture, and everything in between. Expect guest interviews, live debates, and that signature savaged style.
You know, when they're
April 13th through 15th, 2026, at 7 p.m. each night at Putty Live's Podcast Theater in Toronto, PA.
Travis Kelce thing.
Just 25 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh at 408 Corbett Street.
The beanie.
Tickets are only $10 for in-person or virtual access.
Underneath this thing?
Grab yours now at putterty.com before they sell out.
Savaged. This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.